Oh yeah, babies. It's that time again. Holy Jesus. Getting my magic gloves on while the heat tries to be heat. Yes. And today I'm off for a deli sandwich because it's payday and I'm just gonna splurge. So we are in Hosea 6. Hosea being one of the minor prophets. You find it at the end of the Old Testament. And we're going through the Bible in sections. It's literary sections, which there are, I think we counted 9 last time, right? Let's review them. The Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible, supposedly written by Moses, not. Then the history books. Then the poetic books, then the major prophets, and the minor prophets, which we're in today, Hosea 6, then the Gospels, then the Acts of the Apostles, then the letters, and then finally Revelation. So in Hosea 6, again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but there is one of the God's greatest hits, so to speak, in it. And it's where he says, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. We could spend all day on that. And in fact, I probably will. I'll be meditating on that all day. And by the way, yesterday, my meditation was on being afraid through the day, through my work day. It was the idea of being a fragrance to God, and it was very powerful. I did kind of lose my grip, because once I started talking about like what's going on at work with a staff member, she and I both have very similar understandings of how things are managed, which is pretty much not well. As soon as I start doing that, I lose my positive frame of mind, so to speak. It vanishes as quickly as the fragrance enters your nostrils. All of a sudden, that fragrance isn't there anymore. So I have to watch myself. But it was a powerful motivator. I just didn't stay in it. It was my own waywardness. It wasn't like the word itself didn't have the power. When I say word, I mean like the word of God, not the actual word. But anyway, so fragrance was yesterday. But the reason I picked fragrance was because if you... oh no, you didn't know. This was after I finished the broadcast. I was trying to thank God for all the things around us in the beauty of the world, and I was counting the 5 senses, and I couldn't think of the sense of smell for some reason, which is really weird because I'm so big on on fragrances, especially like spices when you like cooking and that type of thing. I'm really big on that. So anyway, that was a powerful word yesterday. Today, I'm guessing the powerful word is going to be mercy. And because God's saying here, He desires mercy, not sacrifice. And what he's doing is, or at least, being depicted as doing, I feel like it's as authentic of a word of God as any, really. So I'm not doubting its veracity, even though I think in a lot of ways the whole book at this point is up for debate. But we're still holding on. We're holding out on Jesus himself for sure. I'm doing a lot of random jumping around here, so let's get back to things. So why is he saying that? He's saying that to Israel because they are backslidden. Even the priests were, basically, he's referring to them as whores. And if it wasn't for the whoring priests who had their minds on other gods instead of the God of Israel, then the people probably wouldn't have completely lost their way. I'm gonna go over here, going a different way because of the deli sandwich, so I'm a little disoriented. So what I wanted to say about this verse of God saying, he desires mercy, not sacrifice, it's just making me think about, the danger of just like pulling some verse out of the Bible. It's like sort of cherry picking random practice that people have of really misinterpreting things and really kind of twisting what should be a holy experience and a holy reverence, right? And then just like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just take this verse and I will make it mean this. And now you've totally disrespected the point of the Bible being the Word of God, right? What's the point of saying the Bible is the Word of God if you're going to grab onto a particular verse and just make it mean what you want it to mean? Now that's different than meditating on something all day long, right? Because if something is life-changing and you experience that, and it has the effect on your spiritual sense that it's powerful, that's different. That's a meditation. That's not a manipulation. But the reason I'm bringing this up is in this context is because God created a world in which the essential act of history would be Jesus's offering of himself as a sacrifice. So what is this supposed to mean when God says, I desire mercy, not sacrifice? It's like, huh? What he's getting at is he's more interested in the condition of our hearts than the things that we give up to please him. That's what that means. So that's a very useful thing, and in fact, I think it's something you'll see people will preach from the pulpit, but they kind of misuse it, I think, because they're missing the whole point of it, which is that God is loving and merciful, and that the essence of life is for us to reflect that mercy and love and compassion, when if you look at what a lot of people believe and teach from the pulpit, they're teaching judgment and ultimate condemnation if you don't live the way they think you should live. So it's like, you're missing the point. All right, you guys, have a good one. Can't shut off my phone because my gloves are on.